Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we've got a celebration of the new year for you today called 2026 Killer by Florian Wortmann. Florian is such a consistently brilliant setter. And what he's done here is actually almost just a normal killer Sudoku. And we don't get many of those to the dozen on the channel anymore, but I think the only difference between this and normal killer Sudoku is we've got the positive diagonal here, which hasn't got a repeated digit on it. And apparently this is a beautiful puzzle. So many of you have written in to tell us we ought to be having a look at this one, so that's what we're going to do. I mean, actually, I should have noticed this instantly with it being called 2026 Killer, but actually all of the cages are either 20 cages or 6 cages, aren't they? I don't think there's a 26 cage, but anyway, we'll have a look at this in a moment or two's time. And I have very few bits of news for you today. If you are having a go at our Patreon reward, then there are only 3 days left. The closing date's the 20th. I do. There we go. The off by one calendar. Now you may think, oh goodness, I've got to do 13 puzzles in 3 days. That sounds a lot. No. That's plenty of time. You would get them all done. They are all, I wouldn't say they were very approachable, but they are all definitely doable. So get stuck in. You might win the chance. You will win the chance if you do solve it, to come on the channel and solve a puzzle. So if that appeals, do check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. It's over on Patreon right now. We've had thousands of entries, so that's quite a lot. Now, what else did I want to tell you about? I love the fact that you all indulge me in my passion for poetry. So I do get quite a few recommendations for poems to read on the channel. And one of my favourite poets is Rudyard Kipling. Now, quite a bit of Kipling stuff is, it probably wouldn't stand the test of time in terms of modern sensibilities. But one of you suggested I might read Tommy, which is a poem I did used to know when I was younger, but I haven't visited it for many years. So I loaded it up just before I turned on the webcam, and I thought, if you might indulge me, then, assuming I can find it again now, where did I put it? I might read it to you. Oh, here it is. So this is Tommy by Rudyard Kipling. Now, I think this needs to be read not only in a British accent, but a slightly northern accent, which I'm probably not very good at. I did spend many years in my youth living in the north of England, and I was ridiculed piteously for my southern accent. So I'll try and do it in a hybrid accent, and you can all ridicule me as well. Okay. I went into a public house to get a pint of beer. The publican, he up and says, "We serve no redcoats here." The girls behind the bar, they laughed and giggled fit to die. I outs into the street again, and to myself says I, "Oh, it's Tommy this and Tommy that, and Tommy, go away." But it's "Thank you, Mr. Atkins," when the band begins to play. The band begins to play, my boys, the band begins to play. Oh, it's "Thank you, Mr. Atkins," when the band begins to play. I went into a theatre as sober as can be. They gave a drunk civilian room, but ain't none for me. They sent me to the gallery or round the music halls, but when it comes to fighting, Lord, they'll shove me in the stalls. For it's Tommy this and Tommy that, and Tommy, wait outside. But it's "Special train for Atkins" when the trooper's on the tide. The troop ship's on the tide, my boys, the troop ship's on the tide. Oh, it's "Special train for Atkins" when the trooper's on the tide. Yes, making mocker uniforms that guard you while you sleep is cheaper than them uniforms, and they're starvation cheap. And hustling drunken soldiers, when they're going large a bit, is 5 times better business than parading in full kit. Then it's Tommy this and Tommy that, and Tommy, how's your soul? But it's thin red line of heroes when the drums begin to roll. The drums begin to roll, my boys, the drums begin to roll. Oh, it's thin red line of heroes when the drums begin to roll. We aren't no thin red heroes, nor we ain't no blackguards too, but single men in barracks, most remarkable like you. And if sometimes our conduct isn't all your fancy paints, why single men in barracks don't grow into plaster saints. Well, it's Tommy this and Tommy that and Tommy fall behind, but it's please to walk in front, sir, when there's trouble in the wind. There's trouble in the wind, my boys, there's trouble in the wind. Oh, it's please to walk in front, sir, when there's trouble in the wind. You talk about food for us and schools and fires and all. We'll wait for extra rations if you treat us rational. Don't mess about the cookroom slops, but prove it to our face. The widow's uniform is not the soldier man's disgrace. For it's Tommy this and Tommy that, and chuck him out, the brute. But it's saviour of his country when the guns begin to shoot. And it's Tommy this and Tommy that, and anything you please. And Tommy ain't a bloomin' fool, you bet that Tommy sees. There you go. He is a brilliant writer, he really is. Wow. Anyway, you're very kind. You're very kind. I know some of you don't like the poetry, but I do like it, and I think sharing it on occasion, I think that's okay, isn't it? Drop me in a comment if you insist I absolutely never read poetry again. But no birthdays to do today, so all we should do is look at the rules to 2026 Killer by Florian Wortmann. This is not going to take long to read the rules. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply, so the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Every 3 by 3 box. Digits may not repeat on the marked diagonal, so this diagonal here, sometimes called the positive diagonal, because if we differentiated it, we would find it had a positive gradient. So those digits there have got to be the digits 1 to 9 once each. And then digits in a cage may not repeat, and sum to the small number in the top left corner of the cage. So those three sum to 20, but what we couldn't do is something like that, because although those three digits do add to 20, and seemingly those sixes don't break the rules of Sudoku, we have repeated a digit in a cage, and that is not going to get the job done. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now the great thing about 6 cages is, well, certainly the 3-cell 6 cages, they have to be 1, 2 and 3, I think. There's 2. There's a lot of, oh no, I was going to say there's a lot of symmetry, but that, it looks like there is, but maybe there isn't. No, see that 20 cage there is a slightly different orientation to the one in the other, in box 1. Yeah, and it's not, it looks like it's trying to be symmetrical to me. There's another 6 cage there, there's another 6 cage there. Okay, and I know this digit is not a 3 now. And the reason I know that is I'm looking at that 6 cage at the top of the grid. Now a 6 cage always has a 1 or a 2 in it, because it's either going to be a 2-digit 6 cage, I should say. A 2-digit 6 cage either is a 1-5 pair or a 2-4 pair. But we know that the 1 or the 2 that lives in that cage must be in this 6 cage as well. So where does it go? It can't repeat in the column, can it? So it's going to have to go in this cell here. Oh, right, okay, so hang on. Another thing I've just noticed is that I've got two dominoes of 6 cages in box 3. Well, the only way of making 6 in a domino is 1, 5 or 2, 4, so these are the digits 1, 2, 4, 5 as a quadruple. And so are these down here. Oh, hang on, right, we better be careful here, because this, yeah, we're going to be able to differentiate these 6 cages, aren't we? Because this cage has the same property as this one. It's got a 1 or a 2 in it, but that 1 or a 2 is going to have to go there. And that, believe it or not, is going to pop a 3 into the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Yeah, but we actually know now that that 6 cage is a different creature to this 6 cage. Because imagine they were the same. Imagine they were both 1, 5. Then we couldn't put 1 in this 6 cage, could we? So the low digit is there, and the green digit is there. The low green digit is in that cell. And in fact now that's a purple. That's got to be a purple version, and that's got to be a green version. So this cell sees 1, 2, 4, and 5 now, because it sees all flavours. It sees the digits 1, 2, 4, and 5 by Sudoku in that cell. And it can't, actually, hang on, it can't be a 3. So that digit is a high digit. That's 6, 7, 8, or 9. It's not very surprising in a 20 cage, but it's something that cell, or this domino here, has got to be a green version of 6. Because if it was a purple version, this cell couldn't exist. So, oh, well. Oh, hang on, there's more. Oh, it's the same. Yes, oh, that's very interesting. It's the same up here, but not because of the cages in boxes 3 and 7, but because of the cages in boxes 2 and 4. Because this 6 cage, if this was green, well, if this was green, it would break this domino, so it's definitely purple. But now, again, we know that this has got a low digit in it. That low digit's going to have to go there, so that is a purple digit. The green low digit will have to go here. So that's another 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. Now, what does that mean? I think I've penciled, well, I haven't pencil marked that one, so I probably ought to. I'm not sure what we're meant to do next, but one temptation actually is going to be to actually divide certainly green into 2 colours, because I can now see that because I know that this is low green, I actually know that's low green as well, don't I? So why don't we switch? We'll make it even more chromatic, whoopsie. So we know this is the 4, 5 of the green version of 2 digits that add up to 6. So there is a lime in one of those. There's a lime in... Well, no, this is... Okay, sorry, look, I've got a green here. A dark green, so that must be that one. And that means this one is lime green. Yeah, and I've got the same in the other corner. So there is some sort of symmetry going on, because I've noticed that, so for example, when I looked at this cell, I then thought, oh, I'll have a check of this one, and it's got the same property. It's got a low purple looking at it. So let's split purple into 2 colours. What colours should we make purple? Purple and red, are they close enough? Or, no, what we'll do, I've got a good idea. We'll make purple into 2 shades of blue, because I have 2 shades of blue. And we'll make low purple into that one. So this is now low purple. And we'll make high purple, sort of the turquoise, the indigo version. Now, has that helped us at all? I mean, the blue has to be one of those 2, because it can't go in the 20 cage. A 20 cage can't have a 1 or a 2 in it, because the other 2 digits would have to add up to 18 at a minimum, and we can't double 9 a 20 cage, because we'll break the rules of Killer Sudoku. Yeah, it's the same here, look. There's a low blue in one of these 2 cells. I know... Well, what do I know here? I know that lime green is in this 20 cage by Sudoku. Okay, and that's good, because the higher, the 4-5, that's the indigo, the turquoise digit, is in one of these two cells. Well, where it can't go is there, because if this was a 4-5, that's going to make lime green there, and these two cells only add up to 9 if they're a 4-5 pair, and that would require this to be an 11, which is a concept so ridiculous it can't be true. So this one is indigo, and that is a 4-5, and now, yeah, I think we just have to be careful with this one. We're going to have to plot our way around, aren't we? There is a dark green in one of those, and this is the light blue, so that's the light blue, which means that this one is the turquoise. I like this so far. It's clever, isn't it? Oh, I nearly have to put turquoise into this 20 cage by Sudoku. Hang on. I've got a blue in one of those. So these two digits are blue and green, and they have to therefore be a 1-2 pair. They don't involve 3. So that feels important. Oh yeah, look. Yes, it's the same here. So we've got double green here. We can't put 1 or 2 in there, so that is a 1-2 pair as well, which means this isn't 3. And I don't know what that means, but it might mean something. Oh, wait a second. Right, I haven't made use at all, really, of the positive diagonal. Actually, I did notice when we were solving before that this digit couldn't be the same as that, but I didn't need it because of the communication provided by the 6 cage in the bottom right-hand corner. But now I'm noticing that the digits that are 1 and 2, the blue and dark green digits, where are they on the positive diagonal? They're going to have to be in the middle box. But I don't think I know. I don't think I know where they go, actually, which is slightly distressing. Oh, okay. No, this is better. Look at this. Maybe actually, I know what I'm going to do. I can't resist it. I'm going to do it. Look at this collection of digits. There is a 3 in there. Where is the 3? Well, it's in one of these two. So let's make that. I'll restore purple. So there is a purple 3 in one of these. So where is 3 in this box? The corner 3 and the purple. Let's double click and make those purple. It's plonked into the 20 cage. So this 20 cage must be 389. Once a 3 is in the 20 cage, the only way of getting the other two digits to add up to 17 is if they are an 8-9 pair. So 3 is in one of those cells in box 3. Which is nearly very, well, actually, that is very pretty. That is beautiful, because it can't go there for a weird reason. If it was there, where would you put the 3 in this 6 cage? It couldn't go on the diagonal, and it couldn't go in its own row. It would be banned altogether from taking part in this 6 cage, and that's not going to work. So the 3 is placed exactly there. Which means one of... no, that's good. This one can't be 3, because that would make this an 8-9 pair in this 20 cage, and that's going to break that cell. So the 3 joins its friend, the blue. The blue 1 or 2 here. Oh, right. Now I've got a 1, 2, 3 triple in row 3. Yeah, and the symmetry, again, it's sort of helpful. In this 6 cage, there is a purple in one of these two cells. I'll just turn one of those two. So where is 3 in box 8? Well, it's going to have to be in this domino. And therefore, where is 3 in this box? And the answer is in this domino. But again, we can't put it here for the same reason we couldn't put it there. If we put it there, it sees that cell on the diagonal and this cell in its column, so it won't work. So this has got to be a 3. Oh, no, that's fine. And we can do the same trick again, because if this was a 3, this cell would be an 8 or a 9, and those 4 digits there would all be selected from the 3 digits 3, 8 and 9, and that's too many in a row. You will have to repeat one of them. So the 3 is in one of these 2 cells. Yeah, I think... Oh, is that actually done anything or not then? Oh dear. Well, yes. No, it has. Because then we can go back to the positive diagonal again. Where's 3 on that? I haven't put it on yet. It's not in box 7. It's not in box 3. So along with the blue 1 or 2 and the dark green 1 or 2, there's a triple across the positive. These 3 digits have to be a 1, 2, 3 triple. And now look at column 5. I've got a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3. So this digit at the top is not a 1, 2. So that's the lime digit. That's the 4, 5. So this is the dark green digit, which means this is not dark green. So this has become, now I've got a 1, 2, 3 triple here as well. Feels like it might be doing something. I can't see how to make that work. Right, is there an equivalent to that? I'm not sure there is, you know. Because that derived from the middle column, didn't it? So if we look at the middle row, do I know somehow that that is a low digit? Yeah, I suppose I do, actually. There is symmetry, because green has to find a home in one of those 3 cells, and it can't go in the 20 cage. So there is dark green in there. So this is also 1, 2, 3. So it is the same in row 5 as column 5. And this underlying symmetry I feel is there, is playing an important role here. This is really good as well. That can't be a 3 now. So that's an 8, 9 pair, which means this little cell is a 3. That is not a 3. So that has to be the blue. That has to be blue 1, 2, which means this is blue 1, 2. This is this is green 1, 2. And if that's blue 1, 2, neither of these are blue 1, 2. That's not blue 1, 2. And if that's not blue 1, 2, that's got to be a 3. So this has got to be, you've guessed it, blue 1, 2. And now this is blue 1, 2, so this is green 1, 2, and this is blue 1, 2. Nori, nori. That's being green 1, 2 makes that, well, it makes that 3 in the middle of the grid. Almost deserves a song. Now this is therefore green 1, 2. So this is not green anymore. That would clash in the row. So that's got to be the 3. That's got to be the green, and it's a 1 or a 2. How many green ones? Oh, whoopsie! I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to see how many I've got. Right, I've got 9 green 1, 2s. Have I got 9? No. But I probably can. I probably can get all of the blue 1, 2s. Let's try and do that. So now I've done that. What about indigo 4, 5? No, that might be harder to achieve, actually. Or what about 3? I can do a bit more with 3s. I can see that straight away. In fact, okay, I've now got all the 3s by putting this one in. Right, so... Oh dear, now it might get harder. What do you think we do now? I don't know. I wonder whether... Okay, I'm going to try and do a bit more Sudoku with lime green. Yeah, lime green's in one of those. That's nearly good. No, I don't know, actually. I mean, okay, there is something. I've got a 4-5 pair in box 3 and a 4-5 pair in box 7. So 4s and 5s in box 9 are in this 2x2 area. Well, I can't put 4 and 5 in the 20 cage because, again, then I'd have to accompany those digits with an 11 to make it add up. So that digit is definitely a 4 or a 5, but I don't think I know which colour it is. And there is a 4 or a 5 in that 20 cage. But... Oh, sorry, look at this. Right, indigo in box 6, that is in the same 2 cells that my lime digit's in. So this is actually a 4-5 pair. Ah, okay. So I've now somehow discovered a 4-5 pair in column 7. I'm actually wondering if what I meant to do is highlight... This is a 6-7 pair now. Is sort of try and keep track of the high digits, believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, if we did have a colour for high digits, so what I'm talking about there is the digits I've ignored completely in the puzzle, 6, 7, 8 and 9. If we could make all of those hot digits immediately. If you look at row 6, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 approximately placed, so those are all orange digits. In this column, that's an orange digit. In fact, that's an 8 or a 9, I'm now noticing. So are there rows and columns where, yes, row 1, I've got all of the high digits, or I can position all of the high digits. On the leading diagonal, I can put them all in. There's always got to be at least 2 in any 20 cage. In fact, that is interesting. Could you put 3 orange digits in a 20 cage? No, because the minimum you could choose, orange digits are the digits 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I was to put 6, 7 and 8, which would be the 3 lowest oranges in here, they would add up to 21. So in this column, there's 2 oranges in the 20 cage, and the 4th orange must be that digit, which is a weird deduction, but rather pretty. So that's now a 4, 5. So now lime green is in there with a 6, 7, 8 or 9. And now there are 2 oranges in there, so there must be the remaining 2 oranges in box 4 have to be this cell and this cell. I haven't put enough oranges into column 1, so I'm going to correct that straight away. I've hardly put any oranges into row 3. Yeah, those are orange. Is that my phone? Is that okay? That's my phone buzzing at me. Right, I've got 2 oranges here. So again, even if they were absolutely minimum 6, 7, no jokes, that's 13, isn't it? So this digit could never be another orange, and it isn't 1, 2 or 3, so it's got to be a 4 or a 5, and I wish I knew the colour of it. I probably do somehow. No, I probably do somehow, but I don't know how to do that. Bother. Okay, this digit has to be orange, doesn't it? Because we've got a 4 or a 5 there. So these 2 digits either add up to 16 or 15, so they definitely are completely orangeable. So now I've got my 4 oranges in row 7, so that digit, oh, that's weird. So I've got like a 4-5 pattern here. It's not deadly. It looks like it should be deadly, but it's not deadly because we've got these killer cages interrupting the deadliness of them. So those are both orange. This is orange now. We need 4 oranges. I've got 4 oranges in row 8. So this is better. Now I've got a 4-5 pair, but I get some communication, look, from row 1, column 5 being lime. So that's lime, and that one is the indigo. And these are 3 oranges to complete the box. I'm not sure whether the orangification of the grid has added much to our... Well, it has added a bit, actually, because now... Well, it helped me get that that was indigo. And now I can see I can place indigo in box 5, and I can place lime, actually. And that lime is lovely because that's going to make this explicitly lime. And these two have to now be orange. And now I've got 4 oranges in this column, so I need another indigo. I've got 3 oranges in this column. Oh, I need 2 more oranges to complete box 2. There we go. So that's not really colouring, because I've not differentiated at all amongst the high digits. But that is a way. So how does this resolve then? Ooh. Sorry, I'm not seeing how to resolve it immediately. I'm sure there is a way. Yeah, there you go. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these. I'm going to look at lime. Because if lime is 4, how are we going to accompany it in a 20 cage to add up to 20? We're going to need 2 digits that are different that add up to 16. So they're going to be 7 and 9. So if both of these were 4, we'd have a 7-9 here and a 7-9 pair there. And that's not going to work, is it? I'm going to have 3 digits in column 2 selected from 2 different numbers, 7 and 9. So in fact, lime, how can I do this? I want to double click all the lime digits. Okay, and I better not include those. They are all 5. So my indigo is a 4 actually. Oh, I see. And that's very good for the other digits. So now my greens, dark greens, have to be 1 by maths to make them add up to 6 with a 5, and my blues become 2. Right, and I have got here a 4 in a 20 cage. We know that gets accompanied with a 7-9 pair. And that's probably important. Okay, this digit now is a 6 or an 8. And these 2 digits add up to 15, so that's got to be odd. So that is a 7 or a 9. Is this digit's a 6 or an 8? Because again, this pair has to add up to 15. And it's going to need an odd digit and an even digit in order to add up to an odd number. So this digit is a 6 or an 8 because there's a sort of floating 7-9 pair in this column. There's an odd number here which is 7 or a 9, and there's an odd 7 or a 9 here, so that's 6 or 8. Now, how do we do this? That is the question. It must, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. We must have to, is it this stuff here? I mean, if that's a 4 again, then we're going to have 7-9 pairs in those cells. That feels like it can't work, but I'm not actually seeing a logical reason. It just feels like it doesn't work, but I can't see why not. Okay. Do I can use these 20 cages to colour a little bit, can't I? Yeah, I'm going to try that. In fact, what I'm actually going to do is get rid of all my orange, and I'm going to. Okay, no, I'm going to go further. This is completely controversial. I'm going to get rid of all the colours because I think I'm going to need a few colours here, apart from my unresolved 4-5 colours. And what I'm going to say, because I think it's true, is that these 2 digits are the same. And that's because I know that however these two digits add up to 15, it's not the same way as these two digits adding up to 15. So for example, if this was 7, 8, with the 7 here, this couldn't be 7, 8, could it? That's going to break this cell. So if this one's 7, 8, I know that this one is going to be 6, 9, which means this odd digit has to live here. And this even digit has to be there, which means it's actually there, look. Now what I'm a little... Okay, so what's that one? Okay, so that one, which colour should we have that? Let's make that yellow. So that does live in there, along with whatever colour we decide is the opposite of the purple 6, 8. So what should we make that? Let's make it a wasp shading. So there's a 6 or an 8 in there. Now this digit sees both flavours of 7, 9. So that is a 6, 8, which is the black digit, and that therefore is a black digit, and that is 6 or 8. So this is a 7, 9 pair in box 7. That must be a 7 or a 9, and that must be the yellow digit, mustn't it? That's a yellow digit by Sudoku, therefore. Oh, no, we could have used the diagonal, couldn't we? That's a yellow digit, so that is the red digit. It's really clever, this. That's a red digit. It's quite a lot more involved than your normal killer Sudokus. Now, this is a 6, 8 pair, so we've got a 6, 8 at the bottom of the grid as well. Now, can I colour it? This is a 6, 8 pair as well. So I'd love to know the order of this. I know one of them is even, one of them is odd. Do I know what that one is? Not sure. Ah, here's a funny point. Look at this 20 cage. Now, this domino here, it must contain an 8 or a 9. Because if it didn't, its maximum total would be 6 plus 7, which is 13. Added on to a 4 or a 5, we're never going to get to 20. So there is an 8 or a 9 in here, but that means this digit is 6 or 7. And that digit has to find a home in box 8, so it is there, which means this digit is now an 8 or a 9 by the same sort of logic. And if that's an 8 or a 9, does that do anything? And the answer seems to be no. Oh dear. I bet there's a reason. I think there's probably been a reason for a while that these can't be double 4. I just wish I could see it. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not certain about that. Okay, so let's keep trying to colour these things. So where should we look next? Good question. I don't know. No clue at all. Can we find other cells that see both colours of 7, 9? This one is yellow. That one isn't a red digit. That one doesn't see both colours, I don't think. Or maybe we can do... no, I'm not sure. Ah, there we go. There we go. This can't be 4 because it would break this little cell. If this was 7, 9, that cell couldn't exist. So it's double 5 there, which I'm not surprised by. I just couldn't see it before. So double 4 we know is, that is the indigo, isn't it? So these are definitely lime. It's going to be something to do. Yeah, this is nice. This is really, really nice. We know that the way that 20 cages work, if they can't have the purple digit in them, is they have to be wasp, don't they? Because there are two versions of 20 cages that have 5s in them. There are the versions that have purples in and the version that have wasps in. Well, this one can't have purple in, so it's wasp. And I know the order of the wasp. The wasp goes this way round. And therefore, the black digit, the black part of the wasp is the 6-8. So that is 6-8. Therefore, that's the purple. This is the 7-9. The red, oh, that's done it. That's done the puzzle. Look, because red is now there. I'll try and keep going, but we can see there's only the digit 9 that's going to work there. So that's purple, which is going to be 6. So this is purple, which is going to be 6. So that's going to be 9, which we've worked out now is going to be the red digit. I'm sort of cheating because I know how this is going to now unwind. This digit by Sudoku is red. Therefore, that's the yellow, which is there. Let's keep going if we can. We've got the 6-8 pairs. Can we not do the order of that? I was hoping I might be able to just fill the whole thing in without needing to, but perhaps that's not what you're meant to do. So I think what we can do is look here and say the only coincident digit is 9. So all of the reds have to be 9, which means all of the yellows have to be 7s. It means that the version of wasp is a 7-8 pair, so the black digit is 8 whenever we find it. The pinkle digit is always 6. And we can fill a lot of the puzzle in that way. That 8, yeah, this 8 is doing 8. It's really nice, isn't it? It really is beautiful. And now in this row I've not put 7 in, so I ought to do that. And I've not put 6 and 8 into these two cells. Oh, so I've got a sort of pattern across there that isn't resolving it. Ah, that's a 6 though. So that's 8, that's 8, that's 6, that's 8, that's 6, that's 8, that's 7, that's 7, that's 6. These are a 7-9 pair, and we know the order. So double click all the 7s, make them yellow. Double click all the 8s, complete the wasp by making those black. Double click all the 9s, make those red. And double click all of the 6s, if they haven't been, and make those purple. And that is how to solve a very, very beautiful killer Sudoku. Florian, take a bow as usual, my friend. That was fantastic. Loved it. It's so intricate, and the way that you could colour it all in. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.